Welcome to Facebook for the Blind, your look at the downfall of Western civilization through the best memes we can find each week. Ladies and gentlemen, both and neither, it's that time of the week we like to celebrate Facebook for the Blind, a show for the visually and Facebook impaired. I am your almost never humble host, Eric Sizemore, joined by my beautiful co-host, dialing it in from the left coast, Brain Damage.
Woohoo! Like and subscribe.
And we are going to have some funny memes for you. But first, a patented, trademarked, absolutely essential part of every single episode. You know it. You love it. You know what I'm talking about. You can tell that I'm stretching at this point. I'm talking about the depressing news. Oh my God, there was just so much crap going on. It's so crazy. The government shutdown is on day 14, which I can tell because it's the 14th of October. Thank God. So there we go. Trump fired a bunch more workers. The DOJ is indicting Attorney General Letitia James. Craziness. Trump threatened to send troops to Chicago and Portland. This is the scene up in Chicago where a couple of priests got struck with pepper spray and pepper balls. So give it up for Presbyterians, I believe. Presbyterians taking it on the chin for this crap. Um, Trump announced a 100% tariff on China, which caused the stock market to tank and drop 3%. Um, uh, Trump sent troops to Portland, where they were greeted with dinosaurs and frogs and unicorns in those inflatable costumes. And Secretary Gnome, the puppy killer, you remember Secretary Gnome? She says, we are hoping we will get more information about the network and how we can root them out and eliminate them from the existence of American society. Antifa is just as sophisticated as MS-13, TDA, as ISIS, as Hezbollah, as Hamas, as all of them. They are just dangerous. And here's the picture of those dangerous dinosaurs and unicorns. So keep that in mind. Um, Trump also threatened to throw Governor Pritzker of Illinois, our own Illinois, where this priest is getting punched, into jail. And he said, "Bring it on and come and get me." So it's nice to see anybody with the balls to say anything back, even though I don't know what all is going on. Hey, this one was going around for a bit. Breaking: Greta Thunberg was in the top of the list for the 2025 Nobel Peace Prize. And I was just really hoping this got in front of the president. I just hope this chafed him so bad that he saw this. I don't know. I just think we'd get bad. Hey, friends of the show over there at KO Comedy, Annie Dies a Lot, threw this in here when we found out that in the celebrations in Israel for the return of the hostages, if they come from Israel, they're hostages. Now, if they're Palestinians, they're prisoners. That's an interesting distinction that I made. Anyway, so Mike Huckabee went over there to celebrate the release of the hostages, and apparently played guitar with his band, like maybe at the Wailing Wall or something. Anyway, I didn't want to look for a picture of it. And Andy put together this little picture, and we've got Rod Blagojevich, who is playing bass, and he plays with a band called the Jailhouse Rockers because he spent time in jail. Because I don't know about the rest of you guys' states, but we actually jail our bad governors. Like people are like, oh, it's so corrupt there. Yeah, but that's just because we jail ours. What do you do with yours? You just let them keep doing stuff. Anyway, so yeah, hypothetical celebratory band of Blagojevich, Stephen Miller, and Huckabee in Israel celebrating the stuff. Hey, tech billionaire Peter Thiel, enemy of the show, CEO of Palantir, and an all-around spy, just a spy and busybody libertarian nutcase. He is doing these off-the-record lectures about the Antichrist. And I'm so hoping that Mr. Michael got here in time to chime in on the Antichrist. The political Svengali and investor has been giving lectures on an evil king or tyrant who will appear in the end times. And it's like, bro, what if you're the evil
I have been watching this.
or tyrant?
It's weird. It's really, really, really weird. I read a couple articles on it. It gets really confusing.
Well, I think what's happening here is that there's a thing called projection, and projection is when an antichrist projects his fears and bad behaviors and bad thoughts onto other people. That's just I don't know.
Yeah,
Coming
that
at it,
seems right.
I don't know, man. I'm no Sigmund Freud. But there you go. This one is a picture of Speaker of the House Mike Johnson. Of course, he is not swearing in the latest person in the House of Representatives because that would bring the total of 218 signatories to the discharge petition that would release the Epstein files. And Mike Johnson is pictured here addressing that. I just want to caption this with I find it is easier to understand where Johnson is coming from if you just believe the opposite of whatever he says. The Hill headline reads Johnson not swearing in Democrat has nothing to do with Epstein files. So there you go, straight from the speaker's mouth. It was Columbus Day yesterday, or Indigenous Peoples Day, as many people are saying, because everybody hates Chris. Come on. As friend Nika says, rightfully so. So, to all of you who celebrate, I'd just like to wish a happy Columbo Day. And here is a picture of Peter Falk. As we were going to press, Politico has announced that the Young Republicans Telegraph chat or whatever Telegram chat got leaked, and they knew that could happen, but they went ahead and just typed out, "Oh, the N-word" and everything else you can freaking imagine. Just in Nazi stuff, just absolute Hitlerian nonsense. And if Peter Thiel is looking for a demonic presence, there are a lot of warnings of the Antichrist in this chat thread. These people are just an entire depot of deplorables, I think. Really gross. So that's going on, and these are the leaders, these are the attorneys and the leadership of the young Republicans, 25 to 40, exactly the pricks that you hoped would have some decency, but you knew they didn't. Anyway, so sorry about that, but there it is. So Bad Bunny is still pissing off conservatives. That's fun. And we always like to close out the news with, some heartwarming animal stories. But I thought I'd just let you in on a couple other weird things that I came across. This is called a desert rose formation. It is a conical bunch of crystals that form out of the salts in the Tunisian desert. So I thought that a desert rose was kind of cool. Not a plant or an animal, this time coming at you with a mineral, covering all the bases here. Also, wanted to hit you up with this. This is a photo from several years ago. These look like those ant hills, down in Australia, and there's some lightning going on in the background. But the ant hills have green, glowing spots on them, some of them very bright, and it looks delightful. There's several of them on the horizon in the distance with this pink lightning, and it's awesome. Photographer Fablo Aruja at Night Scraper says the bioluminescence on termite mounds at the Imas National Park in Brazil during a cloudy and rainy night. The essential conditions for the phenomena. There are 2 million termites like this in the conservation area, divided among 30 species. Just one type let firefly larvae stay on the holes that serve as a house for these little glowing animals. And since they are a group, they transform the national park's horizon into a biological glowing city. 30-second exposure talks about his camera. How freaking cool is that? Glow worms and firefly larvae all over ant hills in Brazil. Pretty heartwarming animal story, if you ask me, but I had to wrap it up with this, mostly for brain. Best and worst of Twitter, too. Massive rat found in Harlan County residence, and a person is holding one up. It's the size of a dog. That thing is 30 pounds, holding it up by a collar around this rat. And Nature Lover 23 says, let him go. He has 4 turtles at home that need his care. That has been your heartwarming animal story, closing out the news for the 14th day of the government shutdown. Now I hand it off to my beautiful co-host, who up until now has been incredibly quiet, Michael, for a nice, heartwarming round 1.
Hey, Eric, I'm not ready.
So we're going to throw it over to our brain damage for heartwarming round 1.
Round 1.
He's ready to go.
Michael's not ready. So we're gonna start off with Proud Black Fathers, which has a cartoon AI picture of what looks possibly to be Kanye. I don't know.
Huh.
It's just a cartoon dad holding a daughter, and it says, "Dads will spoil their daughters and then get mad that she's spoiled." This tracks.
That's me.
Yes.
Tracks. Yep. All right. And then we got Brainy Facts that says the back in horseback riding is probably unnecessary. Yep.
Huh.
Moving along. I think this one was also Brainy Facts and or possibly dad jokes. And it just says they should make a cat themed spinoff of Paw Patrol and call it Claw and Order.
Damn.
Boo.
Then we have Laughter is the Best Medicine with the black and white Adam West Batman on a telephone with a
Nice.
string. That's a landline. And he
Nice.
says, "I will hit you so hard that words describing their impact will appear out of thin air."
Your name will
Pow!
appear on a
Bam!
your name will appear in a spinning newspaper headline.
Mm-hmm. And then here we have, yeah, I like that. Hold on, I gotta turn you guys up a little bit. I don't know what's going on with my volume. It is not working today. It is stuck on one volume.
You sound fine. Sound strong.
I'm talking about how I hear you guys. But Laughter is the Best Medicine has a picture of two spiders chilling on some webs. One asks the other, "Any plans for today, Bob?" And Bob says, "Just the usual. Gonna place a single strand across where humans walk at face level." Definitely caught those before. And I'm like, how do they know I'm so short? This is bullshit. Anyways, fuckery galore. And post somebody named Boop at Pretty Boop. And it says, "I like to throw soy sauce at sad people. Kiko man while he's down."
Oh my God.
Boo.
Hood memes and somebody named Riso Lai or Lay wrote, "I drove by a school bus today and not one kid flipped me off. This generation is so weak."
Soft. Soft. No game.
And Dad Joke says, "Not many people know this, but I actually studied dad jokes in college. I majored in psychology. It's spelled Sighcholology. Psychology."
Been doing a little groanology myself.
Yeah. Young Thugger something has the picture of the Battlefield video game cover, I think. It's like a soldier walking through an explosive battlefield with his gun in his hand and all his gear. And says, "Finger licking good" implies the existence of toe sucking evil.
Rude.
Comedian Seamus
Let me go ahead
Donahoe.
and just delete that one from my lineup.
Ah, damn it. My bad. Comedian Seamus Donahoe posted the worst part about, okay, first of all, my friend comedian Elvin McGlinty is a blind comedian. And Seamus Donahoe writes, "The worst part about bombing in front of Elvin McGlinty is having to walk up, shake his hand, and say, 'I'm sorry you had to see that.'" Oh, Brain Damage posted this is a meme with a picture of a gamer's chair, and it says gaming chair on console, and it is a gaming chair. And then it says gaming chair on mobile, and it is a porcelain toilet.
Too real.
That is true. And this one's the last one for me for the obsessively wholesome round, or whatever the fuck this is called. And his hood memes with Riso Lay again. Says, "Doctor, have you been stretching?" Me, every paycheck.
That's real.
Yes.
Passing it off to you, Michael.
You stepping in? You want me to do it? Oh,
Brain,
look at you on it.
ready to rock.
Look at you.
Here we go with my big long round one, kicking off resealed. I don't know. He says, I didn't fix my entire life this weekend. Fuck.
Oh, it was on my to-do list.
I'm not sure if Brain read this one or not. I know he ate up one of my memes, but I don't think it was this one. Trash Can Paul, friend of the show, Trash Can Paul, keeping it filthy.
Oh,
Also, this was retweeted by Shithead Steve because of course it was.
yeah.
And it says the lion does not concern himself with the tall black figures in his peripheral vision or the random voices calling his name.
Felt. That one's real, man.
Listen, this is TD. I can't see you right now, but I trust you're here.
I'm here.
Stepbro.steve, he's a guy we know. He is
Yeah.
our friend. He's gross. He reposts, stumbled on a picture of Brock Lesnar as a baby, and I just can't. And I, for our listeners, it's just a picture of Brock Lesnar at like the height of his career when he was like probably 40. And then it's a picture of a baby that just looks like a baby Brock Lesnar. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. It just fucking looks exactly like him, but just a baby.
Same hair.
It's the same Cro-Magnon blockhead
Yeah.
on a baby.
That's exactly right. Uproarious React says, I understand looking at this baby and naming it Brock. Oh, retweet Kitchen Sirs says, it's a picture here of a countertop in what looks like, I don't know, just a regular place. Absolutely covered, at least 20 bags of food from various random fast food places. Says, had a bad crash out after finding out the girl I like at work has a boyfriend that's fatter than me.
Oh,
Spent hours driving to every fast food place in town.
Jesus.
Bruh.
Wow.
Here we have a picture of this
John
really
Waters.
fucking, who is it?
John Waters, director.
Director John Waters, obviously. And it says, me when they say they didn't like the film I recommended or picked. And John Waters says, oh, and this is from scandyfactory.com. John Waters says, if you don't like the movies I've picked, something is the matter with you. You are humor impaired and you'll never be invited back to my house.
My favorite thing was, man, Waters like hitchhiked around the country, and at a certain point, he was asked to join a circus, and he says, "But I don't have anything weird about me." And after a while, they figured it out, and he became the man with no tattoos.
That's so stupid. What is he famous for? What did he direct?
Hairspray.
Oh.
Crybaby.
Oh.
Ed Wood. No, Ed Wood was based off of him. But
Bunch of
he didn't
weird
direct that.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Crybaby and Hairspray, I never knew those were the same director, but that makes a ton of sense.
Didn't he do Ed Wood?
Well, we just
No, I literally no. Burton did Ed Wood, but it was based off John Waters.
Sorry.
you missed T's whole brain
That's right.
glitch.
I had a brain burp.
That we experienced there. Wild in Lines, friend of the show, Wild in Lines at Wild in Lines says, I would like to thank everyone who destroyed me into the person I am today.
Ah! That's tight. That's tight. Send me that one. I like that
And
one.
my last, I already have. I've sent all these to you, Eric. My last meme for this round, the wholesome round, whatever, comes to us from the hardtimes.net. Friend of the show, the Hard Times. Fucking
friend.
follow the Hard Times or you're
Do it.
missing out on all the hard times.
Big time. Big time.
Big time hard time. I regret that last thing I said. And it's a picture of a guy wearing sunglasses and it says, just because I'm a Pantera fan doesn't mean I'm a felon. But yeah, I'm a felon. And that's all I have for round one. The ostensibly first, the wholesome, kicking it over to TD.
No, TD's not on the dais.
Kicking it over to Sizemore.
Look at you keeping track of who's on the show. I'm so impressed. Holy crap.
Fuck yeah.
Doing the ostensibly first round.
So TD's shooting blanks today.
Oh, no, he did a whole playlist.
I would say, yeah, if you showed up for the pre-show.
I don't
Came
do
hard.
that.
Came hard. All right, the ostensibly
talent.
wholesome round starring me, brought to you by this funny T-shirt on a cartoon smoking a blunt from friend of the show, Amy. This girl smoking a blunt, and her T-shirt says, "My friends are funnier than yours."
This looks like problematic.
I don't care. I like the T-shirt. I'm buying the T-shirt. Also brought to you by this women's bloody problem solved Halloween print V-neck T-shirt. Halloween's coming soon, and you know what you might need is this bloody T-shirt that says "Problem solved." I'm gonna be looking for one in the men's section. Okay, one person got me. Friend of the show, Michael Matthews, has posted this headline captioned, "This is the love I've been looking for." See a man and a woman, and we noticed that that's actually mugshot. It says, "Couple who met on dating app rob bank on first date."
Oh my god.
I know, right? And Jack says 9 people are already writing the screenplay, but Michael's like, "This is the love I've been looking for."
That's hot.
Dude, robbing a bank on the first date? I was thinking about maybe hopping a train, hobo style, but bank robbing, that's way better. Moving on, friend of the show, Stevie Bobbitt, has this picture of a cat with 2 bricks, and it says, "Inside me are 2 bricks. 1, throw at fascists. 2, build communities." Originally posted in Anarchitty, and if you're not following Anarchitty, I don't know if your cat's going to get enough anarchist thought. I really don't. I think you need a certain RDA of anarchist thought and anarchist kitty thought, and this is where you can get it. And we here at Facebook for the Blind are going to throw both bricks. We're gonna add fascists, and we're building this community. So thank you all for being a part of it. Science humor Al Smith says, "If someone is hotter than you, then you are cooler than them." Thermodynamics. That was for Brain, and instead it just got a sort of a moan out of Katie. If we spent as much time on our friends as we did on our memes, we'd be better people or something like that. Has this posting of Salmon without the L, says, ranking of the 4 best live action film Jokers of all time. 1, Heath Ledger. 2, Joaquin Phoenix. 3, Jack Nicholson. 4, Cesar Romero. And Jared Leto posts, 5, there's been 5 live action film Jokers, but fuck me, right? Next door says, "Yeah, fuck you." By the way, I'm not sure why everyone's telling Jared Leto to fuck you, but he's been in a lot of movies and he's got millions of dollars, so fuck you, Jared Leto. I like the cut. I like the cut of those people's jib. This is just a memory. I love the memories. This is one of my favorite things on Facebook is when it throws you the memory from years ago. All the way back in 2022, I posted this picture of myself with this little avatar making like chalk equations on the board, looking perplexed with one cocked eyebrow. And Facebook won't let me do that now. So are things getting better, Meta? I don't freaking think so. Anyway, on the board I've written, words like operationalized, systematized, or realized. What are your favorite ized words? You guys got any favorite ized words? Romanticized. Royce says italicized. Simonized.
Legalized it.
Legalized. Perfect.
Realized, canonized.
Ooh, Stevie's got monetized, weaponized, ionized. Really good one. Diamondized. I had to look that one up because I had never heard of that. But that reminded me that there's a national treasure in Australia of a dinosaur that has been fossilized as an opal. He's been opalized.
Oh, fossilized. Yeah, for sure.
And the opalized dinosaur is named Eric in Australia.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
My
did you
weed
know it?
is nice and crystallized.
Ah, nice. Criminalized, zabarized, optimized, caramelized. Caramelized. That's a boon. And Amy threw in supersized, and I was pissed that I missed that one. That should.
And then the Tupac lyric of realize, realize, realize. All right, you know what? See myself
radicalized,
out.
sanitized, and then of course Royce comes back with analyzed. And then it just stopped being fun. As we know, Taylor Swift had a new album that came out this week to mixed reviews. And there was quite a bit of commentary on the subject matter of a lot of her songs. Friend of the show and
Ah,
founding father of Facebook for the Blind, George Hussein Cruikshank, has posted this picture of Taylor Swift. And she says, vulcanize the whoopee stick in the ham wallet. And cattle prod the oyster ditch with the lap rocket. These are apparently the lyrics to the song Wood.
Honestly, that fucking song. I Okay, so anybody who knows me knows that I'm a Taylor Swift fan.
I'm a Taylor Swift fan,
She
but I
peaked
don't
her
know if these
Swift
lyrics are real.
reputation. They're making fun of the song. I don't think they're exactly right, but they're so that song is so fucking cheesy.
Yeah.
It seriously feels to me like she told herself like I can write a song about a dick, and then
Right.
she said it that weird in her own mind, and then she proceeded to write a song with like third grade fucking euphemisms. It
Right.
is not sexy. It's not clever. It's not even particularly dirty. It's
Mm.
just a bad song.
I think what happened was she got some really good dick.
I I don't
And
listen.
just
That
like
is
that
not
messed up her
Eric.
songwriting.
That is not what this song implies.
Really?
It actually implies that she doesn't know how to talk about it. That's really all it just she should have had some dirtier conversations with her girlfriends before she ever fucking went down this road. It's so
Dude,
bad. I hate
Taylor,
it.
Taylor,
I
if you're
hate
out
it.
there,
I hate it.
friends of Taylor, just let her know if she had been coming to Facebook for the Blind, she wouldn't have written this song.
You know who can talk dirty? You know who can talk dirty? Cardi B. Because it feels like she's being authentic. It feels real when
I
she
got you.
sings it.
I
This
got
just not. And what was the girl who died? Fuck, what
you.
was her name? Winehouse.
Oh
Amy
yeah.
Winehouse, the filthiest
Oh
fucking shit would come out of your mouth, out of her mouth, and you'd be like, yeah,
yeah.
like yeah, that came
Yeah.
from your heart. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like this is like,
Yeah.
all right, I'll shut up.
Yeah.
I hate
No,
this.
Amy Winehouse, British real, totally British real. Absolutely. All right, and finally, rounding out the wholesome round, I'm going to throw it back to you, Michael, for an ostensible second round, probably. Here we have another memory from 3 years ago, and we have a picture of two children in the 70s playing jarts, lawn darts. It says, toss the darts, treat the wounded, tally the points. Repeat until only one child remains. And David says, the good old days. Yeah, totally. Dangerous. My friend Jen said that she had some of those at her parents' house, and I'm like, man, call me up. I will play. I am done. Do you know what I mean? I'm done. And that has been my ostensibly wholesome round one for episode 228 for October 14th. Handed it back to you, Michael, for a second round of some discernible length and
Yeah,
shape
mute.
and with sound this time.
You're on
Feeling
mute,
and
mute.
sound.
Yeah, this is the ostensibly second round. I said that's the first time I said that. Here we go. Listen, I have a feeling you guys are going to see a lot of trash can Paul. He's filthy.
Paul.
Here we have a picture of a superhero. He's labeled Excel, and he's shaking hands with the Homelander, who's labeled Incel. So we have Excel and Incel shaking hands, and where they're shaking hands, that union of Excel and Incel is labeled incorrectly assuming something is a date.
Oh,
You guys, because Incel,
yep,
you guys get it.
I get it.
I do not.
Oh, I have to do this one in the reverse order, but James Hennessy, he says, it's so sad reading 14th century Christian theologians who spent an inordinate amount of time writing, okay, there are exactly 3,892 demons, and these are their names, and these are their powers. Man, you would have loved Dragon Ball Z. And theologian friend of mine, Stephen, says, autism isn't new. We just used to call it monasticism.
Oh, snap. Oh my God.
What does that mean?
They
Monks.
living in a monastery.
When you read the ancient monks, they count a lot of things. Okay, Goofy's from
OCD.
Chicago has a picture of ice on one of their ice boats, and it says ice is now patrolling the Chicago River. Chicago Commune retweeted this and said, Dave Matthews Band has the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever right now. I don't like how many people in Minnesota I had to explain that meme to, if I'm being honest. Next up, we have Basal Time, who says, I'm like the guy in the infomercials they depict in black and white, doing everything inefficiently and having 1,000 Tupperware containers fall on me when I open the cupboard.
Oh.
And finally, my last meme for round two, the ostensibly second round, comes to us from Middle Class Fancy, friend of the show and voice of a people. Middle Class Fancy. It's a picture of a white guy in a black suit with a blue tie, giving a thumbs up. He's smiling. He looks dead behind the eyes, and he's very rigid. And it says, "Me at work when someone asks me to do something that doesn't sound good." And we see this guy saying, "Sounds good." And that's all I have for round two, the ostensibly second round, kicking it back to brain damage.
So I'm so stupid I didn't understand one fucking meme that Michael did. But I do understand this. For a guy who's colorblind, I would have never known that fucking tie was blue until you pointed it out. All right, let's start this thing off. We've
I
got
care a lot about suits.
Latin hip hop and throwbacks has a picture of a baby looking sideways and looking kind of like, oh, really? And it says, teacher, when Christopher Columbus discovered, my mama said Christopher didn't discover shit.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Native American Spirit has an AI cartoon of some natives knocking down a Columbus statue. And one of them has on a red jacket that says Native Veteran. It says, Happy Indigenous Peoples Day. So that's fun.
Nice.
N8V, Native Beauties, has an AI picture of Christopher Columbus, and it says America's first illegal immigrant.
Oh. Ha.
And then here we've got comedian Jacob Sider with a picture of Tony Soprano in his robe and wife beater, looking very angry and pointing. And he says, he discovered America and what he did. He was a great Italian explorer. And in his house, Christopher Columbus is a hero. End of story. My Tony Soprano accent is shit. But yeah, Tony Soprano, that was a good show, but he was definitely racist as well. All
Sure.
right.
Yeah.
And Nick Meme posted Happy Indigenous Peoples Day, and there's two AI pictures of an indigenous person and native. And it says, scientists discovered DNA proving original Native Americans were white. And then in the second panel, we see a white guy with a headdress on, some teepees in the background. Happy Indigenous Peoples Day. I love Sammy's. Oh. My auntie Celine Sala C posted a picture of what looks to be the Columbus's ship, and it says Happy Christopher Columbus didn't discover shit day. And there's an AI picture of the pilgrims that says, I'm going to tell my kids these were illegal immigrants, which is true.
Yep.
And in my Indigenous Peoples Day round, lady speech, I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck ostensibly, ostrich, I don't fucking know. I'm just going to call it the Columbo round. I mean, you know what I'm trying to say.
I do.
Lady speech put Happy Indigenous Day forever and always, and it's medals against something with an F. And it shows Homer Simpson biting his lower lip. and closing his eyes and just getting really intense. And it says how hard I pronounce that F in fuck Christopher Columbus when someone says it's Columbus Day. And passing it off to you, Eric.
Good times. All right. Gonna enter into my allegedly second round, if you please. All that Taylor Swift stuff reminded me of this.
Oh yeah, I
TD,
don't know what that
can you
means.
remember that girl? She was like a Disney star. And she went on the show and she was just like, I actually do cuss a little. It was like a viral thing. Anyway. Oops, all OC memes premium says Taylor Swift writing Wood 2025. I actually do cuss a little. What's your favorite curse word? Probably big honkin' cum-filled hog. Because like the Disney princess said fuck and it was adorable
That's some
because
pretty good cussing.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, another lyric. We're doing Taylor Swift lyrics all night tonight. Here we got a two-parter from Marxist memes, and if you're not following Marxist memes, I mean, where are you getting your? Oh well, you know what you're doing. Here we got a picture of Willem Dafoe as the character who becomes the Green Goblin, and I need my comic nerds on this. Uh, it's that guy anyway, and the mask of the Green Goblin, is calling to him. I think
Yeah, I
anyway.
can't. It's exactly what's going on. I can't think of his name. Where's TD?
Yeah, I know, right?
Did TD
Anyway,
leave?
Willem Dafoe's apparently left. Willem Dafoe is labeled RFK Jr., and the green mask, the Green Goblin mask on the wall is labeled the Brain Worm, and it says, "Now say circumcisions cause autism."
Oh God.
Dude, I love it. Like they just use a direct quote. Like you can't even circumcisions cause autism. I told my conservative Rush Limbaugh listening mom this just to see what she would say, and she was, "Oh, well, what about girls with autism?" And I was like, "Wow, you had that thought too." Like everyone but RFK had that thought. It was amazing, amazing. Best and worst of Twitter too has this double picture here. Says from Mister underscore J's closet and he's got an ultrasound picture on one side and it says trying to see if this little guy looks like me, what do you think? And the next picture he's got a shirt pulled over his face, like a white t-shirt pulled over his face, and it's like, yeah, actually he does look quite a bit like you, man. Thought it was pretty interesting. Moving on. 94.7 Alternative Portland has this post. It says, from Trusted Reveler over at Blue Sky, Los Angeles, we will fight you. Chicago, we will fight you. Portland, we will make you endure week after week of improv theater.
Oh,
Inflatable frogs and unicorns until you can't take it. Again, with the memories, I love this. 1 year ago, we have this two panel with the Chad family. So we've got Chad and mom, and then we've got young Chad, and the Chad parents are saying, "Don't trust anything on it. Don't trust everything on the internet, son." And this is 2007, so the son says, "Okay." And 2024, the same Chad parents are going, "They're eating our pets." That's where we're coming from. Hey, here we have a post from the Hard Times, hardtimes.net, for the second time, reposted by Progressive Resistance Media. We have a country singer with a guitar and a Blue Lives American flag behind him. And it says, headline, modern day country singer visits Folsom Prison to advocate for harsher sentencing. Modern country do be like that. Uh, moving on, really awesome interpretation of the Obama three-color posters. And this one is a frog with a kerchief around its neck, a blue kerchief. And it says, there's no hope without hop. It's a frog. And it says, ribbit, resist, repeat.
Stupid.
Ribbit. Here we have a post from a new friend of the show, Alabama Department of Propaganda. We have a long-haired entity with a long-haired person with a goatee and drinking a soda with an AR-15, and it's in the middle of a pot field. It says, I support trans people defending their marijuana plants with firearms while drinking soda they bought with their EBT card.
God bless America.
God bless America. It's fucking great. Moving on. Here we have a picture of the current president standing in that weird angle that he has. You know, it's like about 10 degrees off straight up. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
that
he
weird
has fucking
lean,
lifts in his shoes.
like he's just lifts in his shoes. I
Yeah.
mean, because it kind of looks like he's about to start into, you know, that Michael Jackson thing, you know, Smooth Criminal, where he's lean.
Digga, digga, dun, dun.
Yeah. But Commander reports here that this ninja looks like he's about to float towards the scent of a freshly baked pie. I can't see it any other way. You remember in the Spider-Verse with the Mulaney? Yeah, just floating. Here, Rubio was pictured whispering in Trump's ear. A lot of people were wondering what he was saying. Here we have Rubio whispering in Trump's ear, and Andy Borowitz says Rubio asked Trump's permission to use the bathroom,
Yeah. Fucking-
which you know checks out. And finally, Rubio leaning in says a second inflatable frog has been seen twerking at ICE agents in Portland. And that wraps up my second round. How about that? My irreverent, irrational, other things that start with I and year second round. Handing it back to you for our penultimate, or as some people call it, the third round.
No, Eric, this is the penultimate round. Here we have a picture of a woman wearing a tank top. She's got the how do you describe this pose? She has her fingertips under her chin and her wrist raised up near her eye. And it says, explaining myself is too much work. Just judge me.
Right. Oh my
Oh,
God.
perfect kitty girl says, I said yes. The doctor asked me if I had thoughts about harming myself or others.
Nice.
All right.
I love this for her.
Listen, we're gonna have we're gonna go on a little bit of a journey here. It starts with this one. It's a picture of I think this is Columbus. And it says, I went to Ohio once and a 7-year-old smoking a cigarette told me to go fuck myself.
I know that guy.
Here's a picture of a kid sitting like in the meditation pose, like his legs are crisscrossed and he's standing on one finger. I don't know how to describe this. He's standing on his pointer fingers, and it just says an average kid in Ohio. I Nobby I says, shout out to all my followers in Ohio. I'm not in Ohio or anything. I just thought you could use some extra positivity because you happen to live in Ohio. Here's a picture of somebody in a giant Elmo suit holding a
Oh.
machine gun, and it says, "This fucker just walked into my damn house. Can't have shit in Ohio." This is a picture of a woman being strangled through a fence, it looks like, and it just says, "This is what trying to leave Ohio feels like." Finally, not today. God has a picture of, again, I think it's Columbus. It's just a place in Ohio. I don't know. And it says, the devil couldn't reach me, so he made me live in Ohio.
Ah.
Oh, here we have a message from a DoorDasher. It says, hey, it's your Dasher. I got your stud finder and checking out now. And the person says, amazing, thank you. And then we see the DoorDasher is holding the stud finder to his own chest and he writes, beep, beep, it's working.
Ah. That guy's a dad.
You got to do it. Little Uzi Squirt at
Oh,
Mr.
yeah.
_ Uzi Squirt says, you're on Tylenol, dude. I'm leaving. Bo BK Boone. He's holding, looks like he's holding a vape pen right in front of the camera. It says, damn, I'm snowed in. Looks like I have to rip the pen and crank hog all day. And then you see, I mean, I guess technically there's some snow on the ground. It's
It's a dusting at best. This guy's a wuss.
Chris at Site H Chris says, well, 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 if it isn't a beautiful woman with correct opinions. And my last meme for round 3, the penultimate round, comes to us from Matthew at Tweet Potato 314.
Aw.
And he's at his second rodeo. He says, "Listen up, you ignorant sack of shit."
Good opener. Good opener.
And that's all I have for round three, the penultimate round, leaving only my post with the most. And we're back to you, Brain.
All right. Let's do this. We're gonna start this one off with some Spider-Man villains. Here we have the Rhino, the Vulture, the Silk the Shocker. I mean, Static Shock, whatever the fucking Electrocute Man name is, and the Green Goblin. And it's labeled. It was something I posted back in 2020, and it was labeled "Me and the boys discussing how UFC fighters are underpaid while we illegally stream all the fights." That's coming to an end because after this year, ESPN deal is off. They're gonna be on Paramount, and it's gonna be on the subscription. So supposedly the price ain't going up. And all right. So laughter is the best medicine. Making another appearance, friend of the show, I guess. Says, hate to brag, but someone told me I was real acid today. They pronounced it ass hat, but I'm pretty sure that's just their accent. Comedian Dominion Sims posted a crazy translucent, crescent, whatever the fuck type of background that kind of looks like the oil in water.
Yeah,
And
really.
it says, me? Crazy? Man, I should get down off this unicorn and slap you. And mocking people in a voice has a picture of a fish, but inside that fish's mouth is some gold teeth with some diamonds in it. And it says, what's the matter, babe? You've hardly touched your grilled salmon. Your grilled salmon.
Oh my God.
Wonk.
Terrible.
Hip Hop and Her has an AI version of Jaws movie. What do you call it? Like the cover, the poster, and the lady swimming, but instead of a shark, it is "Oh Dirty Bastard," and it is labeled raw. Oh baby, I like it. Okay. Anyways,
ODB.
yeah, and then Betty Kerrigan, that's one of my distant family members, has a picture of Pat Sajak and a distant background, trees, and the contestant, I can't see his name, maybe it's Royal, and he has an eye patch on his eye, right on the right eye, right where my eye patch sits. And it is labeled, I usually don't watch Wheel of Fortune, but I'm not changing the channel until I see this guy ask to buy an eye. Yeah. Donnie Darko, I like that movie.
Good one.
What? Why are you wearing that stupid human mask, Eric? Definitely been here before. Danny Darko has a picture of a baby with its fingers kind of thrown up in the air, and it's labeled "This a motherfucking cocoa felon." Looks like that baby is throwing up gang signs.
Nice.
A motherfucking cocoa felon. Here we have Bonnie Cheney, and it is two cartoon AI pictures of two green peas. One has on white shades with the blinds in it, and the other one's kind of, and they're throwing up their hand and all at like talk to the hand. You know when you used to put the hand in people's face, talk to the hand, and the other pea is kind of throwing up their hands like what? And it says bitch peas. All right. Oh man, I don't know if you guys even get this. I work with kids, so NFL shots fired has Matrix confirmed, and it has Baker Mayfield with the number 6 jersey. In between them is an offensive lineman with the 67, and on the right side of him is one of his receivers with a number 7 jersey. The score is the Buccaneers 6, and looks like possibly the Texans 7. And I don't know if you guys know, but the fucking new catchphrase with these kids is 6-7.
I don't understand. I hear it. I just don't get it. I'm too old.
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently, I think it was LaMelo Ball or something that was his number, and he's 6'7", and it kind of started, and now there's some rapper that does it. But I looked it up in the Urban Dictionary because my kids say it all the time. My kids at work, not the kids that I actually birthed. Not that I birthed kids. You know what the fuck I'm trying to
I
say.
know what you mean.
Yeah. And it means mid. It means mid. They do this little juggle thing, and I'm like, yo, you guys are like celebrating mediocrity, and I'm fucking tired of society teaching you this shit, and it's fucking dumb as fuck. And it doesn't matter what number they hear. It'd be like, what's 2 plus 6? And they're like, 8. But 6? God damn. Okay, anyway, so that was the origin story to these next couple of ones because Christopher Emstis post a picture of what looks to be one of those Call of Duty guys with the ghost mask on,
Huh.
with a skull painted on it, and he's looking like, oh my god, and it sure says my kid 6, 7, and it's me just looking like.
Hard.
And that dude is in the set. This one is dark, Eric. Don't get mad at me, okay? Because now we have kayfabe, super. I should have Soup Pro Wrestling. Okay, I guess. Anyways, and it's my kid 6, 7, and it's a picture of Chris Benoit. Damn, it was hilarious and fucked up. It was fucked up and hilarious. Plus, I'm a bit crazy. I believe in a lot of conspiracy theories. When they first told me that Benoit did it, I was like, the mob set him up and killed him because they did it to Arturo Gatti almost the same fucking week. I just was like, that's pretty fucking weird. But anyways, these are all for entertainment purposes.
Earlier when you were telling Michael how you didn't understand a single thing he just talked about.
Yes, yes,
Well,
yes. I'm accomplishing what I set out to do.
I want you to know I'm tracking all this. And
Nice.
Chris Benoit, man, he was one of the four horsemen and one of my favorites back in the day. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
really was, man. He was one
I
of the
love
best.
how we have a conversation where 1/3 of us definitely doesn't know what's
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah. I like the way Paul Heyman said it though. You separate the art from the dude. Fuck that guy for what he did to his family.
Oh.
But like going through the 90s and watching that shit, it was definitely a joyous ride. Anyways, Debbie Ramos, my cousin's wife, posted this, and it is an AI picture of one of the tikis, like a Hawaiian tiki, and he is bent over. His butt cheeks, his left butt cheek is tattooed with AL, his right butt cheek is tattooed with HA, and it is showing his butthole as a heart. It says aloha, and she says, I thought of Uncle Shorty with this sticker with his wow and mom joke. Uncle Shorty is my dad. He passed away when I was 16, but he used to always do this joke where he said that he wanted to get 2 W's tattooed on his ass cheeks. So when he bent over, it would say, wow. But we lived in San Francisco, so he would always make this homophobic joke that we didn't realize at the time. He was like, unless my pants fell down in the Castro. So I'm going to get 2 M's. And then one day he was drunk, and my brother, who was a tattoo artist, finally convinced him. And yes, before my dad died, he got 2 M's tattooed on his ass cheeks. Hopefully he never made it say mom. I don't know, but I had to highlight this one for you guys. I can see
Wow.
Michael's got something.
No way, dude.
Yeah,
First of all, I hope he did.
he
make it
did. He
say
did.
mom.
It's a true fucking story. It's a
You
true
know,
fucking
I
story.
hope everybody at his favorite bar knew about his mom tattoo. Because if it was me, everybody would know.
We definitely did at the tattoo shop.
You know how fucking
All right.
bad that would hurt? I would kill
Yeah.
everybody after that. Can you
Yeah, I was
imagine
just-
it healing and like your tattoos rubbing against each other? Jesus.
Yeah, he used to, something about the joke was him standing on his head and then it would be flipped upside down, mom and wow, and this whole thing. I don't remember. I was too young, but anyways, this is the last one for me for this round, and it's comedian Doug Ferrari. I hope to meet this guy in person one day because his fucking posts are hilarious, and he's a San Francisco comedian. And it is a picture of Kermit the Frog with a suit on, holding a telephone, and it says, "Me, hello, is this the helpline for drug addicts? NA hotline, yes, me. Can I borrow like $20?"
That was
And it's
real
gonna
right
leave
there.
just my post of the most.
Nice. Nice. All right. Heading into the tertiary round. Yeah. Or the third round. I don't know what we call it.
Pecuniary round.
Okay, sure. This one's from new friend of the show, Wild Green Memes for Ecological Fiends. We got a picture of a big old squid here, and a comment by Raccoon Picnic says school bus size squid, actually quite friendly. Study finds the colossal squid with its half-ton mass and razor-sharp tentacle hooks seems pretty fierce, but new research suggests that the school bus size cephalopods are actually pretty mellow. And Raccoon Picnic says, so listen, I'm not usually a did a squid write this guy. But this article is about how these massive predators aren't dangerous and also aren't very nutritious. So I really got to wonder about this
Yeah,
one.
no shit. Don't care.
I love me a big giant squid, man. Great mystery. Friend of the show, Julia Jazunas, has this post from Sugar Plum Chris says, self-aware, but delusional for fun. And I'm like, yup, I'm down to clown with that. Moving on. Fight for a Union says, hey, I tried to buy an inflatable frog costume for No Kings next weekend, but they're backlogged. And I'm taking that as a good sign. Fist in the air. Friend of the show and founding Zaddy, George Hussein
No,
Cruikshank,
thank
Damn it.
you.
has reposted this from Political Atheist. If you're not following Political Atheist, hey, man, I'm not telling you how to live your life. They've got this post from Drew Toothpaste over on Blue Sky Social says, say what you will about the 1990s being better, but you couldn't have someone deliver your family 3 cold hamburgers for only $68.90 back then.
It's a great point.
Mm, absolutely true.
Oh,
Uh, oh, this one's just weird. As we went to press, Glenn Beck. Do you remember Glenn Beck? He was a right-winger lunatic. He was like on TV, like drawing circles on a chalkboard, like some kind of Amway distributor or something. Anyway, the thing is that he tells a story on his show that apparently the FBI sent 3 agents to him to explain the Antifa network, with his whiteboard and the circles. So I would like you all to know that Cash Patel is scraping the bottom of the Glenn Beck barrel for intel at this point. Ah, it's really funny too because Glenn's like, man, I know a lot of stuff too. So if you're Antifa, you better be scared. It's like, Jesus, Glenn, get a
Yeah,
grip.
only way I've heard of that name is because Crooked Eye said it in a song one time. He said somebody said Glenn Beck was like in the Klan or something like that. He said he
Dude,
called it the Klan's Hoba.
you know what? I know that he was definitely a clown. This guy started off his entertainment career as a rodeo clown. So this guy is
Damn,
definitely a clown.
nice.
Anyway, but I just like, yeah. And our FBI literally sent guys to consult with clowns. Good times. Friend of the show and founding Zaddy, George Hussein
no.
Oh,
Cruikshank, has
he catches us off guard.
has posted this one from one Bailey after another at Bailey Moon 15. Said, I said Taylor Swift's new album sucks, and I didn't even get a single death threat from a Swiftie. That's how bad it is.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me. Did you guys hear about the annual naked bike ride in Portland? Coincided with all kinds of delightful protests against ICE, resulting in this headline in Newsweek. DHS responds to naked protesters outside ICE facilities as unsightly tactics. Oh, did we screw up your TikToks? Fuck you, ICE. This one's from a friend of the show, Chris Embry, and it shows The Simpsons, Bart and Lisa, and also has Marjorie Taylor Greene on there. It says Marjorie Taylor Greene reveals her latest rift with MAGA as she bucks Trump on ICE raids that were the core of his campaign. And we have Bart labeled online communities and Lisa, people thinking this means the end times are near. And they're both looking very concerned. And I believe Bart is saying, what's really amazing is that Clan Mom McSpace Laser is saying exactly what the non-cunts are saying. And Marjorie comes down and is hugging Marge, the online communities, hugging Lisa, the online communities, and Bart. And she says, I know, shit posters. I'm scared too.
Honestly, what the fuck is going on?
I'm I well, the government shut down. And like I think they might just shut it down forever.
This is
And I
weird.
think some of these people are figuring out, oh, even the lunatics are like, wow, these people are really crazy. So that's nuts. Did you see the line of military guys not getting their checks in the bread line in the for charity food in the charity food line? That one was making the rounds in the right wing. It was crazy in
Oh, dude, I
camels.
believe it.
Hey, the Wall Street Journal opinion, not a friend of the show and a terrible place, has this article. A mere 2% of Generation Z members hold the values that companies want most in new hires, namely achievement, learning, and an unbridled desire to work, writes Susie Welch. And Teresa responds, I'm Gen X. I assure you, I've never had an unbridled desire to work. An unbridled desire to not be homeless, yes, but not to work.
You know, this is actually there's a weird thing about my generation, the millennials. Gen X definitely not pro work. Gen X squarely pro Xbox
Lack.
and couch sitting. Like there's a huge couch sitting culture for Gen X. Gen Z, they brag about how lazy they are.
Yeah, right.
And then there's we few proud millennials who, for some reason, and I'm not talking about myself, I am just talking about my generation. For some reason, we're still working like 80 hours a week, even more than we have to. It's crazy. I don't know why millennials are. I think it's just how we're coping with Armageddon. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. Different triggers, different
Yeah, it's
triggers.
just different coping mechanisms. I don't know. Somewhere it
See,
got
I
impressed.
had the television the day after in fifth grade, which taught us all that nuclear war could happen at any point in time. And then Fishbone, who instructed us, party at Ground Zero. And it was like, clearly, this is what I'm meant to be like.
Fucking love Fishbone, dude. Yeah, solid reference there.
They got a new cutout. Here's a picture of Beelzebub, horns and all, and a cute blonde girl smiling and scratching him under his little chin, giving him little scritches. And cheerful nihilism has posted this captioned, "Me embracing my inner demons instead of fighting them." Party at Ground Zero. The best and worst of Twitter too has this post from the Turing police. It says, when I was 12 and my dad found out I was looking at witchcraft stuff online, he showed me a picture of the doughy goon who ran the website and was like, look at this guy. You really think this guy has magic powers? And it immediately cured me of any interest in witchcraft. I almost joined a coven. Same thing happened. Pretty amazing. Moving on. Best and worst of Twitter, too, has a post from Trey Staples, who has Taco Bell at Taco Bell with an authenticated check mark. We put the cheese on top of the lettuce on our tacos so it falls off and gets on your lap and all over your car. You piece of shit. Woo! And finally, leaving all but my post with the most, a picture of B. Arthur giving her Golden Girls, scoffing face. It says, do you ever just forget to hide your expressions for a minute and then you're like, whoa, I did not mean to make that face out loud?
Yeah.
All of us, so say we all, so say we all. And that is everything but my post with the most, rounding out my third round, bringing us to your post with the most, Michael.
Yeah, here we go. This week, my post with the most came from a friend of the show, Not Today, God.
Oh.
And it says, I smoked my way into this mess and I'll smoke my way out. Little sad TD wasn't here for that one. And that's all I have. What'd you have this week, Brain?
Oh man, I got a bragging one once a fucking again. How the fuck did I pull this shit off? Tomorrow
Oh.
night, I'm gonna be on the Cobb's comedy stage hopefully, apparently the guy who's putting on the show, Jimmy Shin, texted me and said, "Sell tickets, motherfucker. We're gonna get canceled if we don't sell tickets." So
Ah,
who knows? I might be back next week going wonk wonk wonk. I didn't get to do shit at Cobb's Comedy Club, but for now, this motherfucker's on, and I'm gonna rock the fucking Cobb's Comedy stage. How the fuck did
bro.
I get to the Comedy Store and the Chateau and Cobb's Comedy? I love y'all so much. That's
Awesome.
my poster the most is the Cobb's Comedy poster, and it's Jimmy Shin anime, Mike McHugh brain damage. It says Dwayne Silver Cruz, but also a friend of mine's posted. I tried to get that one, but I didn't screenshot the right one. My homie Parham Halakui is possibly on this show, and yeah, that's gonna be fun as fuck. So
Dude, that is so awesome. I'm so happy for you, bro. That's
Yeah, that's
amazing.
fucking dope, brother.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. I appreciate actually, and it shouts out to the homie Denise Medina from Chicago out
Oh,
on your
yeah.
guys' side that
Yeah.
helped me get onto that show. I don't know how the fuck this guy booked me and didn't book her when he asked the same goddamn question, but I'll keep that for another day. That's
Crazy.
my post of the most.
Craziness. All right. Here we go. My post with the most is this picture that I have. It's a painting, it's a portrait that I have since found out is a portrait of a smoking lady, painted in 1927 by German artist Fritz Reusing. Depicts a rather daring woman because back in 1927, smoking a cigarette was rather daring. And look at this coolness. Kicked back in an armchair, looking down. She's not looking down her nose, but she's looking down at you and smoking a cigarette like, what? Do something. You know what I mean? And
That's a joint.
no, it's 1927 in Germany. I don't think it had gotten there yet. I don't know. I could be wrong. I'll look it up. Anyway, this one is captioned, I want to take this moment to thank all the people I've ever met who have inspired me to be nothing like them.
Yes.
and friend of the show, Nico with the win, Mofo Facts. And that was my post with the most legit good times. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that has brought us to all of the contractual obligations we had for an episode of Facebook for the Blind for October 14th, 2025. We love you. Mwah.
Love you, George.
Love Beverly.
Thanks for listening to an episode of Facebook for the Blind. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.